like a donkey. Beside me I have a very basic, a very budget petrol powered earth auger, used for fencing, used for gatepost, used for planting and for soil sampling. Now this side I have the EGO powered, yes, battery powered earth auger, which is now new to the UK market, and it runs on their 56-volt arc lithium batteries, the same batteries that run your chainsaws, hedge trimmers, lawnmowers, strimmers, ride-on lawnmowers, and their full PBE range as well, which is powered by EGO, where other brands are using this battery system and platform to power their own products. Over 100 different products you can run off their 2.5, their 4s, their 5s, their 6s, their 7.5s, their 10s and their 12 amp hour batteries. Today we've got the 5 amp hour battery powering their earth auger. Now there are some very, very special features about this which that can definitely not do, that any petrol auger cannot do, and we're going to put it through its paces to see if we can do with this what we can with that. And I think that's the biggest test, because we have got soft ground, we've got hard ground and other grounds available to be able to try this in. So today it is petrol versus battery. Can it keep up? Can it do what the others can? Well, we're going to find out. Right, so our 52cc petrol 2-stroke postal borer. Now I've used many different petrol postal borer over the years. I've used 2-man, I've used single man, still ones, all sorts of different kinds. Now this is a very, very basic model, but at the end of the day it drives an auger at the bottom and cuts a hole, apparently. The soil we've got here was put here about 12 months ago, but tracked over with a digger, so it'd be fairly solid. It's been sat there, settled down. Let's cut a hole with the petrol one first, and then we'll have a look, a little bit of a closer look at the EGO and drill a hole with the EGO one as well. So first of all, let's get it started. Well, this was supposed to be soft ground. Didn't think it's overly soft, so we'll find some softer stuff later. But anyway, let's have a comparison. Get the EGO, I'll show you the features on that and try the same again. So straight away there are some features on this which the petrol ones can't have. They just don't have. You pull the trigger on a petrol and it spins the auger. The obviously first obvious one is the noise. You've got to have earmuffs on with a petrol one. This one, that's all it is. Very excited about that. This has also got speed settings, so holding a petrol one in, when you're there trying to fight with a hole, you have it on full throttle. There's no actual physical way you can have it as half throttle, although you can, just doing that, you could have it half throttle, but you can't use it half throttle because you've got to grip everything so tight, so you've pulled that trigger in the full way all the way in. This one actually has speed settings, so you've actually got 1 and 2 speeds. This is 1 speed, there, and then this is 2 speeds with 2 different gears. But this is brilliant because if you do get your auger stuck, which does happen, especially in this sort of ground, you've got a reverse function. There we go, first reverse. Amazing. But also with a petrol one, and if you've used a petrol auger before, you'll know they all want to get onto a bit of a stone and then they'll kick like a donkey and slam you in the side of the leg, and it can hurt. And if you're not prepared for it, or if you're new to it, it can be a bit of a surprise. And I've seen some people's arms like almost go around like that, and it can be very dangerous. This has got an anti-kickback function. So with the anti-kickback, it feels that if it feels too much of a jerk, it will actually hold itself back from doing that. So I'm expecting that to kick in here, because on that one there, you know, I was prepared for that to be, should we say, going to kick back. So you've got to hold it firm, you've got to know what you're doing. With this, I think for people who perhaps don't know what they're doing quite so much, it's going to be even better. So anyway, let's cut a hole. I got it in speed 2. You can certainly hear the stones in this compared to the petrol one. Oh, there we go, that's the anti-kickback feature just kicked in. Now if that hadn't, that would have come around there and caught me in the, well, you know what. So let's try a little bit more. Yeah, see, anti-kickback feature kicking in. Now, it's got 3 different lights on the top of here. So it's got running, which is green, brilliant. Kickback prevented, it's a yellow light. And then if it has a fault, so if something overheats, for instance, the red light comes on. So if you're pushing it a bit too hard, but there we go. So there's a big stone and now I can feel it. So we're going in. There we go, kick back again. Kick back again. Kick back again. And then to pull out the soil, just dab it like this. And you'll pull your soil up, like that. Well, that was a lot more successful than the Petrol one straight away. Still horrible ground to dig in. There's no getting away from it. Let's go and try some damper ground. Well, as damp as it is this year anyway. Right, so we definitely found some softer stuff because I can actually put my heel in this ground here. So we're probably going to do 2 holes, one more in the soft and then come back out of the soft a little bit over towards where it dries out again. Again, one with the Petrol and then one with the EGO. So let's do that. Well, that's definitely a lot softer. So we've gone down through some nice topsoil, down into some horrible rubbish. Right, let's try the EGO. Now I'm going to do this again in speed 2, just because I'm a speed 2 kind of guy. Now, I'm hoping to get it stuck, because the Petrol one did stick a few times there. So if it does get stuck, I'm actually going to put it into reverse and use a reverse function. Well, that's the idea anyway. So, speed 2, on we go. It's fairly similar at the moment. Here comes the harder stuff. Wow, I think that speaks for itself, doesn't it? Not once did it do the kickback, not once did it get stuck. Right, so I've switched the mover, because this time the Petrol's going to go this side, EGO that side. Let's try it again, but just slightly back further where it's a little bit drier. Now you may have seen where that kicked back then. That can hurt if you're not ready for it. And I nearly wasn't ready for it, but you can see the difference in the dryness. 2 holes, 3 foot apart, and that is just dry compared to that. Right, let's do the EGO. See, anti-kickback kicked in. Oh, we found a stone. There's something quite sizable right in the middle of the blooming hole. And it goes out that way. So let's just try to the right. We don't need to put a hole there. Obviously, if we were putting a hole there for a fence or a gate post, you'd get the stone out and then go again. But that's the same for any auger. Oh, hello. Still going. We're still going. Nope, we're not. Anti-kickback. So we do have a stone right on the edge this time. Hang on. There we go. So I got it stuck now. Reverse time. Put it in reverse, and out she comes. Now that is wicked. I like that. Right, let's just go again. There's that stone, look. And another one. Look at that. And we're in. Got a hole. There's our culprit, look. You can see how many times it was hitting it. Look at that. Darn thing. But just look at how many different soil types there are in a, what, 6 square metre. That's fine. That's dry and dusty, but obviously not as deep there. That's dry but silty. And that is wet clay in both of those. That's mad. Go. Right, so far it's drilled 5 holes, which is very impressive because it has only actually used 1 bar of the battery out of 5. So it's 1/5 of the battery power to cut 5 holes. Is that a true testament? Let's do another 5 and see where the battery level is then and see how we get on. Right, I'm going to try speed 1 to start with, see how that goes on. I have a feeling I might be putting up to speed 2. So let's drill. Right, so that's 5 more holes, and we have used only 1 more bar of battery. So yeah, 5 holes per bar on a 5 amp hour, 10 amp hour, 10 holes per bar. Bit of a rough guide, but I reckon once that battery gets down sort of to 20%, you probably won't quite get as much power or as many holes out of per bar. But I think it's a good indication anyway of what it will do. Now I've just got to fill a load of holes in. It looks like I've got a mole problem. Now I've seen a few of the American reviews on this product because they got it last year, which is fair enough, but every time they've used it, it's all in beautiful topsoil. Like, I don't know if it's just their thing over there, that they've got better topsoil than we've got, but it just slides in the ground and back out again. I thought, well, yeah, it's all very well, but what's it like in stony ground? Now, I've used many a petrol post-hole borers in my time, and I know what they're like, but I wanted to show you whether that was as good as that. And I think I can happily say that it is, if not better. Not in the way that it digs a hole, it's very, very similar. There's not a great deal of difference in it. But when it comes to the noise, that's nice. As my cameraman actually said, is that you can actually hear what you're going to hit before you hit it. So it's not like with that one where the engine's pumping away or you've got earmuffs on and suddenly you hit a stone but you don't hear it and then boom! This one, you hear that beforehand, so you need to ease off and just give it a little jab, a few jabs to get past a smaller stone, or obviously bigger stones you need to get out the hole because they can't clear it, and that's the same with any auger. The other advantages on top of that is obviously vibration. You haven't got the vibration of the engine there going like this, you've just got the actual motion of the actual implement itself. Obviously you can use the battery in a load of different tools, and you've got that anti-kickback function, which it does work, but I wouldn't 100% rely on it. There's a couple times you'd have seen in the footage where it just went a little bit further than I thought it was going to, but because I'm so used to using a petrol one, I'm prepared for it. So I would still say don't rely on the kickback feature 100%. Now, this would be my go-to product in the workshop if I wanted to use a post hole borer. I would pick that over that in a heartbeat because of those features and benefits compared to this. And I know that it's going to be easier to start, it's going to be easier to use, but I know that I'm going to plug a battery in, which is on my wall charger, and off we go. So we're Machinery Nation. We bring you videos every single week about tools and machinery. If you like this one, I've linked another one right here so that you can go and watch that, all about other EGO products that have been released this year. So thank you very much for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Cheerio.